Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the narrator for Mr. John Klatt. His name's Tim Jarvis, and Tim, we got all sorts of things happening. Smoke is on.
Good morning, Rob Ryder. Welcome, Airshow fans. John Klatt flying the Air Guard Staudacher S300D, and behind him, Mr. Bill Burns flying the Air Guard Extra 300L. I mean, both of these aircraft look similar, yes, but they are different. The Air Guard Staudacher S300D, we call that the Ferrari. The Air Guard Extra 2-seat, we call that the Cadillac of the two-place aerobatic aircraft. John will be back later on this afternoon at 1:30 for a two-part show. John flying the Air Guard Staudacher S300D for 12 minutes of hardcore high-energy aerobatics. Then in the second part, John Klatt races Mr. Bill Brock in the Smoke and Thunder jet car. Now, John driving skyward vertical now, hanging on the prop. No, the aerobatic world is a torque roll. Rolling the aircraft backwards, you see Mr. Bill first flying the Air Guard Extra 300L. He's skyward, point rolls on the way up as he gets set to fly backwards now out of forward airspeed and energy. Bill neutralizing the control sticks now, backing it up. There's 30, 40. That 250 miles an hour, top speed of that Air Guard Staudacher S300D. Now, 8 times the force of gravity gives it a hard pull, working back into the vertical, rolling on the way up. The aircraft John flying today, the Air Guard Staudacher, getting its name from the builder, Mr. John Staudacher, out of the Bay City, Michigan area. That aircraft is composed of a wood wing, a fabric tail, and composite strut. Weighing in about 1,200 pounds. Behind him, you see Mr. Bill Burns flying that snap roll the aircraft. Now the Extra 300L, a 2-seat, 2-place aerobatic aircraft. That airplane composite, weighing in about 600 pounds, powered by a 300 horsepower engine. John now diving down. Now, during John's full performance this afternoon, he'll pull 10 positive G's and 6 negative G's as he demonstrates those negative G's. Now, when you're upside down, all the control inputs opposite as in the upright. So up is down and down is up. He'll push that all the way around the top, rolling back the air show setting. Now the difference between positive and negative G's, of course. Negative, all the blood rush to your head. Positive, the force of gravity. Right off the deck, Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt, a current qualified F-16 pilot with the Duluth, Minnesota Air Guard. Mr. Bill Burns behind him flying the Air Guard Extra 300L, and folks, we invite you all to stop on by our mobile recruiting unit today. More about the Air Guard. 100% college tuition reimbursement, up to $20,000 cash in your pocket. If you're between the ages of 17 and 34, I can't tell you what a great opportunity it is to serve your country. Also, if you're looking for an education, a wonderful, wonderful way to do that. 100% college tuition reimbursement. Folks, it's not only aviation, but over 180 guys will all stop on down. See any one of the members of your Air Guard. A lot of opportunity. The 113th wing located right here at Andrews Air Force Base. They have some great free giveaways for all ages. So we invite you on down to Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt will be down there today as he exits stage right in that Air Guard Staudacher. Bill Burns right behind him, rolling the aircraft. And a point roll. Now, round and round he goes. The Air Guard Extra 300L, about 360 degrees per second. The Air Guard Staudacher S300D, 420 degrees per second. Now, Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt demonstrating the horsepower of this light-forming IO 540. Skidding and sliding the aircraft producing more than 330 horse. And as I mentioned earlier, about 1,200 pounds. One unique characteristic about the Air Guard Staudacher is the aircraft is capable of plus or minus 20 G's, 20 times the force of gravity. The aircraft can handle. Now, of course, the pilot cannot. The performers flying today, all these guys pushing about 10 positive G's, 6, 7 negative G's. Mr. Bill Burns now hanging on the prop, spiraling backwards into the torque roll. Now the aircraft pivoting around. the opposite direction of the propeller. Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt, as I mentioned, performing later this afternoon, 12 minutes of hardcore high-energy aerobatics. And immediately following that, folks, something not to be missed, Mr. Joe Brock in his Smoke and Thunder jet car.
I didn't want to lug it around when we were walking around doing this stuff. Yeah.
Now, Bill Kearns entering Air Show Center. Behind to your right, Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt. He'll roll his way into Air Show Center, and I want you to watch. 420 degrees per second. That is per second, around and round he goes. John getting an early start in aviation at the age of 17 and his private pilot's license at the local FBO of Lakeville, Minnesota, where John resides today, with his wife Debbie, his daughter Leah, and son Danny. 250 miles an hour. Now there's 8 times, 9 times the force of gravity. John gives it a firm pull back on the stick. Round and round he goes into the vertical tumble. Now he'll flatten out on top. As he gets flat, he'll bring it back down into the flat stick. Now flattening it out. Left forward stick, left rudder. Flattening it out. He'll drive it back down. Straight off a little bit of that altitude for some airspeed. All about that's now right off the deck. Driving skyward, rolls on the way up. He'll flatten out on top and doing a square loop. So he'll pick a point, he'll drive the aircraft inverted across the top, and then he'll pick a point on the ground. Once he's got that point, sights on the point, it's straight down. Then flatten out on the bottom for the square loop. Now there's his point. He'll drive the aircraft straight down. There he comes now, the last turn. Square loop. John attended the University of Minnesota, Duluth, where he was introduced to the Air Guard in his sophomore year upon initial pilot completion training program. John was assigned in C-130s and flew missions all across the world, then later in 1996 transitioned to the F-16. As most recent as last January, John returned home to his family in their deployment over the skies of Iraq, based out of Balad Air Base. Direct support of all the troops on the ground, rolling his way by, snap rolling the aircraft.
This is good. Come here, give me a shot there, see if you can talk to the man up there, Tim. Hey, John Klatt, this is Ron Ryder. Do you hear me?
Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt now, working that Air Guard Staudacher S-300D, putting it through its spacing, inverting right off the deck. Now, don't get him a little bit of goes up ever so slightly, giving you a wave. saying thank you all coming out here this morning. We have an outstanding lineup here. Lots of action and some beautiful blue skies, a nice cool breeze. Mr. Rob Ryder, what an outstanding day here at the Joint Services Open House. We're happy to be back here. A great event. One of the finest air shows in the nation.
It sure is, Tim. I'm glad you're here this morning and to see John and everybody up there in the sky already. This is just going to be perfect. It was amazing yesterday in our rehearsal day how we had folks who were expecting it to be a horrible day weather-wise. It just kept getting clearer. And then things even cleared up longer than we thought they would. It was just flat amazing how beautiful the weather was. Then it came through, we had some storms, and a bunch of people from the base moved a lot of airplanes into the hangar to protect them, and we're just pleased at how it's all gone. So thanks to all the folks here at Andrews Air Force Base who were responsible for moving those airplanes and getting them on the ground. All the ground ops people, Major Dave Warnke and Captain Matthew Hopkins and all the rest of the folks who took care of that. We thank you all very much for taking care of things here and keeping airplanes protected during the big storm last night. Blowing through, beautiful day. We do want to remind you to keep hydrated today, though. That's going to be a very important thing for everybody. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to bring Sean Tucker to center stage here, and he's going to do his warm-up performance for us. And let's see, Brian, if we can get this microphone happening for you here, bud. Just pop it on. That goes behind your ears and kind of behind the ear thing, and that'll be on your right ear. There we go. Pop her in there, and let's see if we can make you talk to us here, bud. Talk to me. Check 1, 2, 3, silhouettes.